Welcome back, speed demons, engineering purists, and survivors of the golden era, to Chrono Wheels, where we resurrect legends, especially the ones that tried to kill Usherwa that forget your sanitized, electronically neutered superbikes. Forget predictable power curves and forgiving chassis. There was a time when Grand Prix racing wasn't just fast, it was terrifying. An era ruled by machines so savage, so untamed, they earned names like WIDOWMAKER. And the most infamous, most feared, and perhaps most loved of them all was the Suzuki RGV-500, and it was a demon. A barely contained explosion wrapped in a lightweight aluminum frame. It demanded superhuman skill and inhuman bravery. It rewarded perfection with victory and punished the slightest mistake with violence. It was the purest, rawest, most visceral expression of speed imaginable. And like all true demons, we thought it was banished forever, locked away by emissions laws, and the relentless march of progress in Suzuki gave us the GSX-R. A brilliant, capable, and sensible superbike. It won championships, it dominated track days, but for those who remember the RGV, something was missing. That raw, unhinged edge. That feeling that the machine beneath you wasn't just fast, it was alive, and maybe a little bit psychotic. While Ducati unleashed the Panigale V4, Aprilia, the RS-V4, and Yamaha, the R1M, Suzuki seemed content with refinement, not revolution NBUT behind the calm facade of Hamamatsu. A secret project was brewing. A project born not from market research, but from racing soul. Suzuki looked at their championship-winning GSX-RR MotoGP machine, looked back at the legend of the RGV, and decided it was time to stop being sensible. It was time to unleash the demon once more. This is the 2027 Suzuki RGV-R 1000, and it is not a GSX-R. It is not a street bike. It is a homologation special. It is Suzuki's MotoGP bike, barely disguised for the road. It is the Widowmaker, reborn with a V4 heart and an even more terrifying soul. Forget everything you know about Suzuki's production engines. This is not a GSX-R engine adapted. This is, quite literally, a detuned version of the 999cc, 90-degree V4 engine that powers their GSX-RR MotoGP prototype. This is technology that has never, ever been reliably or comprehensively offered to the public before. This is a level of racing purity that makes the Ducati V4 seem mainstream. We are talking about counter-rotating crankshaft. Just like the GP bike, this engineering marvel spins in the opposite direction of the wheels. Its purpose is to violently reduce inertia, making the bike feel significantly lighter and allowing it to flip into corners with impossible telepathic speed pneumatic valve spring concept. While full pneumatic valves are complex, this conceptual road machine uses an ultra-lightweight spring/valve train system, allowing for an incredible 16,000 RPM redline. The sound at that limit will be nothing short of a sonic weapon. Seamless shift gearbox close ratio. Pure MotoGP tech, allowing for instantaneous, almost imperceptible gear changes, both up and down, keeping the power delivery continuous and devastatingly efficient. This engine breathes through massive MotoGP spec throttle bodies and a pressurized ram air intake that feeds directly through the steering headstock. The exhaust is a minimalist, underslung titanium Akrapovic system, almost identical to the GP bike's aesthetic and NTHE result. Forget the GSX-R's 199 horsepower. Forget the Panigale V4's 215. The RGV-R 1000 produces a certified 230 horsepower in road trim, with a race kit unlocking even more insane numbers. But it's the delivery that's terrifying. This is not a smooth, linear engine. It's tuned for aggression. It has a savage mid-range punch that explodes into a shrieking top-end rush, designed to mimic the violent on or off hit of the original two-stroke, but now with twice the power. This is not a street bike chassis adapted for the track. This is a track chassis barely adapted for the street. NTHE frame is a twin-spar aluminum unit, but its geometry, rigidity, and weight are almost identical to the GSX-RR race bike. It is incredibly compact, phenomenally stiff, and designed for one thing only. Maximum lean angle and corner speed. NTHE swing arm is a work of art. A massive, heavily braced, carbon fiber reinforced aluminum unit. Again, conceptually lifted directly from the racing program. It is designed to withstand the astronomical stresses of the counter-rotating crankshaft. NTHE obsession with weight is absolute. The subframe is carbon fiber. The wheels are the lightest forged magnesium units from Marchesini. All non-essential bodywork is minimalist, single-ply carbon fiber. The target wet weight is an unbelievable 175 kilograms, 385 pounds. That gives it a power-to-weight ratio that exceeds almost every production motorcycle ever made, and significantly undercuts its rival Shin. This is where the RGV-R truly separates itself from the street pack. The aerodynamics are not cosmetic. They are functional, brutal, and directly evolved from Suzuki's MotoGP program, massive biplane front wings. These generate significant, measurable downforce, essential for keeping the front wheel pinned to the tarmac under that savage 230 HP acceleration and heavy braking ground effect, undertray. An advanced feature that channels air beneath the engine to create negative pressure, effectively sucking the bike onto the track at high speed and Stegosaurus tail fin. The hardware is the absolute pinnacle. Öhlins FGRT 300 series MotoGP spec gas charge forks up front and an Öhlins TTX GP Pro shock at the rear. These are not just adjustable, they are the precise units used by professional racers. Braking is equally extreme. Brembo GP4RR billet monoblock calipers, the absolute best you can buy, clamped down on massive 330mm T-drive carbon ceramic discs. This is braking power capable of stopping a small planet and controlling 230 horsepower in a 175 kilograms chassis requires sophisticated electronics. But this is the RGV Reborn. It cannot be completely neutered by digital nanny systems. NTHE RGV-R features Suzuki's most advanced SIRS, Suzuki Intelligent Ride System, derived directly from MotoGP. It includes a motion track TCS traction control, 10 levels with algorithms specifically designed for slicks and aggressive track use and lift control system, 5 levels, but even the highest level. Level 5 allows significant, dramatic front wheel lift. It encourages controlled wheelie slide control system, actively manages rear wheel slides, but can be set to allow massive aggressive drifts out of corners, rewarding the Brave launch control system for perfect. In this mode, all electronic aids except basic, required ABS are deactivated. The seamless gearbox remains, but everything else is pure, direct, savage power. It is a direct link between the rider's wrist and 230 horsepower. It is the Widowmaker mode. It is terrifying. And it is glorious. A true Faustian bargain for the ultimate visceral experience. NWHO. Does this compete with the Ducati Panigale V4R? The BMW M1000RR? No. This is not a superbike. This is a homologation special. It competes directly with the Honda RC213V-S, the ultimate track weapon. Compared to a standard superbike like the Panigale V4 or even the R1M, the RGV-R is significantly lighter, more powerful, features vastly superior components, GP-spec suspension, carbon ceramic brakes, seamless gearbox, and has a chassis designed with zero compromises for road comfort. On a racetrack, in capable hands, it wouldn't just be faster, it would be operating on a different dimension of speed and agility. It is the closest any mortal can get to riding a true MotoGP machine. The RGV-R doesn't enter the superbike debate. It ends in THE 2027. Suzuki RGV-R 1000 is not a motorcycle for everyone. In fact, it's barely for anyone. It will be limited production, it will be astronomically expensive, it will be demanding, it will be uncomfortable. And it will be utterly, terrifyingly, addictively. Fast and Suzuki has not just revived a name, they have resurrected a spirit. The spirit of the raw, untamed, glorious era of 500cc Grand Prix racing. They have taken their modern MotoGP weapon and infused it with the soul of the Widowmaker. It is a beautiful, terrifying, and utterly magnificent achievement. The Demon is back in NTHE Legend returns, more terrifying than ever. What are your thoughts? Is this V4 Widowmaker the ultimate track weapon, or has Suzuki created a monster too wild for the modern world? Let us know your unfiltered opinions in the comments below. If you believe in the beauty of untamed speed, smash that like button and enlist in the Chrono Wheels movement.